My name is Mark Fratto, and I'm the voice of the Washington Commanders at FedEx Field. You're listening to the Command This podcast with Steve, Dev, and Phil.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this intro music rolling in. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Look at this. February 1st. It's the first of the month.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Grab your checks and wake up. There we go. First of the month. February 1st. And we are jumping right into the off season, as we normally do here in Commanders Nation. There's never a day without something.
Relatively boring day.
But here we are. But you know what? Believe, baby, believe. In the words of Ted Lasso, believe. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Command This. It is February 1st. It's episode 251 for your boys. I am Steve. We got Phil joining us, Quinntoxicated, and Dev, and that's what we're here to talk tonight. The name of this show tonight is called Quinntoxicated. As you know, over the last, we're back to our weekly pods. A lot of drama since the last one we did. We were talking about coaches. We thought we were going to get some coaches, but we'll get into it here in just a second. But yes, let's take a couple ganders at the chat here to see who's joining us tonight. Yam, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Says, can we also please replace EB right now? Start for the coach. That is up to Dan Quinn.
Twitter's been a buzz about that lately.
Right.
As in the past 2 hours.
Yeah, we will we'll get to that one. Brian Elias, thank you for joining us from YouTube. Says Dan Quinn, the Cowboys DB coach. We're building and +1 taking down the boys team. Love. That's right.
Oh, about Cliff Harris?
Al Harris.
I mean, yeah, Al Harris. I'm kind of. Yeah.
There's rumors. Like I said, we don't know.
Watson from Baltimore. Those guys who wanted him still out there, man. He could be a DC.
Yeah.
He got passed up on his own team.
I mean, Weaver.
Yeah, Weaver, my bad.
Weaver. Yeah, they hired the linebacker coach or Zach Orr underneath him. And yet we're going to talk about Chip Kelly here shortly, Brian, so we're not going to go there just yet. Doug, my boy Donato says, let's go. Thanks for tuning in, Donato. Make sure you guys, hey, he's had his own podcast now called Talking with Donato. Please go check it out, man. I was on there. It was a great little episode we did, doing some good things down in old Texas. He's down in Cowboys land, where we just got our head coach from. Ben Harlow, bring the smoke, man. Let's talk about it tonight. Corey, a.k.a. the Sanchez, says Commander in Quinn. That's right, Quinntoxicated. Just roll the punts, man. What Quinn side job? What else? Lots of possibilities. They just flow, right?
In like Quinn.
There you go. In like Flint. In like, see, I can say it naturally. In like Quinn.
In like Flint. There you
go. As long as he's quinning, I don't give a fuck who's the coach.
Quinning. That's right.
Quinning.
Who was the comment we had as a everyone? I'm trying to see who it is. I think that was
with Alan Hester.
Alan Hester, click that link at the top of this post so we can see. Let StreamYard see your name if you could. Terrence, our boy from our Mean Green, our Eagles fan extraordinaire. We appreciate you. He actually texted me. I was on my way home from work earlier today about the Dan Quinn hire. As soon as I turned my phone on, beep, beep, there it was. So what's up, brothers? Happy first of the month. It's Dandy Dane Commanders Nation. Yeah, we lost a Dan. We gained a Dan. Corey says Twitter has lost its natural mind. Twitter is on fire. Let it burn.
But Twitter's done this thing where it went far this way, and then it went far that way in a matter of like 6 hours.
Oh man, it is just I don't know. Twitter can be a cesspool, but it was just on another level today. There were some good conversations, but there were some people just, I don't know. You guys know how it goes on Twitter, man. You know how it goes.
They're gonna really lose that shit whenever EB is offensive coordinator.
It's coming. We don't know.
He said Twitter lost its natural mind. Like we didn't expect that.
We knew. I think Facebook wasn't as bad actually. I don't think it was, to be honest with you.
I think Facebook was just late.
Yeah. Twitter was a little bit fast on the drill. Nat Rivers from YouTube, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate you. I don't know who this is.
I don't know either because I don't see where the comment is. But what's our thought of Dan Quinn's Commanders? We'll get into that. Waiting. I will say this as a quick thought. I think we're kind of being patient to see how everything else kind of fills out.
Ryan says my son Braden needs a Glock Dookie award for something. Oh, okay, Braden, we just gave you a little birthday celebration a couple weeks ago. Remember that, fellas? But you know what? We can take that away. I mean, you got to give us some ammunition.
Ryan, tell us, who did your son Braden want to be head coach?
Yes.
Did he have a pick? Because if he didn't pick Dan Quinn, we can give him a Glock Dookie for that.
Absolutely. We'll give him one. Just say the word.
Yep.
Say the word. I'm gonna take these glasses off for a minute.
Get a Glock Dookie for being Rod Elias' son. No, I was joking.
I mean, you could get a Glock Dookie for being the son of a mom who's a Cowboys fan. How about that?
Oh no, yep.
That's a good one. Ryan Braden, I know your mom is a Cowboys fan. So I think we can give you an honorary Glock Dookie because she's a Cowboys fan and your father chose the right side,
the dark side.
Your mother chose the dark side of the force. So for that, we're going to give you and your mom a big old Glock Dookie award.
Scuffy nerf herder.
We'll keep it short. But yes, there you go. Ryan, I hope that suffices for for you and your mom. Let's get to some more of these comments here. Corey's still kicking him out, man. Anything is possible.
It's possible.
Doug says, watching with his kids right now. We just made it home. My 6-year-old doesn't want to get out of the car because she wants to watch you guys. So big ups. Yes, little lady. And she's doing all the big sports too, man. So
it's amazing how we're so popular with an age bracket that's technically outside of what YouTube says.
Yes, we do it for the kids. I explicitly hit not for kids when we post these videos, but that will be a little more above board here.
It's all right. You raise them well if you're having them watch us.
Sneaking a peek while in class. Why do we have so many asshats that sticks in the mud Facebook group? It's fun though, man. It makes for good conversation. It's not a big deal. Trade a real bachelor. We got your muscles, your thumb, your muscles up. Hit that link at the top of the post so we can see you on camera, and we so it doesn't say Facebook user. Hit that link so we can see Trey.
It's not this. We you know what we have? We have a bunch of people who claim to have one person who claims to have an inside source of the team that told us that we heard it there first, even though it had been rumored like a week before, that Mike McDonald was the sure thing to be our head coach.
It was Phil.
Yeah,
it was not me.
Utah says I'm trusting the process, but dang, I got anxiety about this move. And that's okay. I think that's all right. That's well within your right.
I remember when Joe Gibbs came back, how excited this fan base was, and that was it was a great move. It didn't work out for various reasons.
Yeah, and then we got better than any other coach has here.
True. Then you got Shanahan. He got 2 Super Bowls, man. This is definitely a great hire. Didn't work out. And then we got groups like he's a young guy who would get the best out of RG3. Didn't work out. Then we got a guy that guys respect. He's disciplinarian. He's a guy he's a good face of the organization to run. It's a good hire at the time. Didn't work out. Now we got a guy nobody's on board for. It's probably gonna work out.
That's just how the numbers roll, right?
You know what's funny is it kind of reminds me of
Zorn.
The last time we hired somebody from the Cowboys to be head coach when we went and got Norv Turner. There was a lot of people in the fan base.
Another one everybody was hype about.
People were not that hyped up about Norv Turner. A lot of people were like,
everybody wanted Norv.
A lot of people were like, do we really want to get a Cowboys guy?
Man, he was like the best offensive coach in the league at the
he
time.
was.
Though.
And honestly,
he was Shanahan. He was Kyle Shanahan at the time.
He was. But back then, getting the unproven offensive coordinator who had never been a head coach was not as big a deal and wasn't the hot thing to do like it is now.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Titan? That's my homeboy right there.
Mr. Titan says, "Sup, y'all got your coach? What you think about him? Big Titans fan. Make sure if you know
By the way,
someone
he's the
Titans
police.
fan,
By the way, literally. So watch the.
he's also one of the biggest Titan fans that I know. Has a good channel, always doing good stuff for the community. So yeah, check out Mr. Titan. We're gonna talk about it. I personally, just off the cuff, in one sentence, I'm not mad. I mean, I'm not happy either, but I'm not mad. I mean, it's just kind of like what
my
Dez
first
said.
choice.
Yeah, it wasn't my first choice, but
I remember on Twitter, if y'all want to go back and check on it, I put, if we pick defensive coordinators at offense, I want Dan Quinn. I did say that. Just letting y'all know that. Y'all can go look on Twitter. I said this. But I like Dan Quinn. By the way, Quinn, he basically, his Atlanta coaching staff was essentially our 2012-13 coaching staff.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan.
It's the exact same. It's all of them. It's every one of them were there, dog. So, I mean, that's why I think he's probably going to hold off and get a
retro 80s.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Like the MTV guy?
I want my MTV.
Yeah. But it seems like he might go after Kubiak, the offensive guy for San Francisco. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. I've heard Kelly.
Let's first talk about who we didn't get.
Yeah.
And let's talk about why. Because
Corey's still going. Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
No.
I like that one.
Out right
it could be Harley Quinn instead of
Harley Quinn. Yes, that's a good one. What else?
Those are the names. Dr.
Throw them in there as you're going.
Harley Quinn. Those are names we can save if he fails. Keep those in mind because we're going to need. We're going to
have some quick Quins. Some quips.
Yeah, some quick wins.
That's all I have.
Todd Samuel, our resident Todd Daniels fan.
LSU Mark.
Go get Jaden Daniels. But we appreciate Todd for all the.
Hey, Todd Samuel, Jaden Daniels comes here and he sucks, and you're going to get the shit kicked out of you by the fan.
Yeah, I was about to say, you better hope that if we get Jaden Daniels, he works out because you're going to be public enemy number one if he fails. One.
Yes. DQ. He must be a big DQ fan. Well, first he was a not Ben Johnson fan, then he was a Mike McDonald fan, and then he was a Bobby Sloak fan. And I think he
was a Bobby Sloak fan, never a Ben Johnson fan because he was afraid that Ben Johnson would want to coach Sam Howell. Yes. So then he wanted to get McDonald when Sloak was not looking to.
I like Dan Quinn. I like the hire. I think if anything, Dan Quinn is overqualified. It sucks that it's not a sexy pick. It's not the head turner that everybody wanted. It's not the young hot coordinator. But Dan Quinn was a really good defensive coach in the Seahawks. Was a coach who had some good seasons in Atlanta. Coached the team that got Matt Ryan the MVP. I know Kyle Shanahan was offensive coordinator, but he delegated that hire. That's his job to delegate. You know what I'm saying? It's his job to hire guys and make the right decisions. And his offense wasn't that bad the next year after that. It's 2 years after that when they fell off the map. And it's not a. I think he's an excellent coach. He's had the number one scoring defense over the last 3 years. Touchdowns and turnovers on defense. He's had a top three defense the last 3 years in Dallas. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
we were also butthole last in defense last year, guys. You know what I'm saying? So this whole we don't need a defensive coach is bullshit. We were butthole last in defense last year.
People are just thinking about the Dallas playoff game and how bad they were, and rightfully so. But there's so much more. There's so much more to it than that.
And by the way, for everybody says we also lost that Super Bowl. Man, their defensive. I think their defensive drives, and I'm not looking at it. The defensive drives in the second half of that game were punt, touchdown, punt, interception, punt. Like that's not a defensive problem. You know what I'm saying? I think they would threw it out every drive, but like one in the second half of that game where they came back in the third quarter. So I mean that's not a defensive thing. You want to
go through his varying success defensively.
Yeah.
because I figured that let's kind of go through that real quick. Just kind of give you an idea about Dan Quinn, right? In terms of overall defense, in 2013, 2014, he was defensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks, which they had the number one defense in yards and points both of those years. 2015 through 19, he was the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, as well as he was defensive coordinator of the Falcons in 2019, where he took over that role at that time. And those teams, they kind of rattled around. They were 16th overall. We're going to go with yards. I'm going to keep it simple. Yards. That's what they gauge for rankings in the NFL. In 2015, they were 16th. 2016, they were 25th. 2017, they were 9th. 2018, they were 28th. 2019, they were 20th. 2020, his last season there, 29th. Now, Dallas, they were 19th in defense in 2021. They were 12th in 2022. They were 5th in 2023. So there's a significant improvement there. I will note that when he was head coach, he was not defensive coordinator except for 1 year he took that over. And that was honestly, if you look at their numbers, kind of average for them. So
Quintessential.
But as a defensive coordinator, he's definitely been very successful. As a head coach, not so much. But Atlanta,
I don't know. Wouldn't say not so much. He got to a fucking Super Bowl. Then after that, he went 10-6. After that, he went 79-79. That's better than any coach we've had here. Do anything, period.
well,
I wouldn't say that.
say-
He had a after he went 79, he went 0-5 and they released him, dog. But I mean, I get it.
But
know what I'm
nonetheless, I mean, he's had, offenses have been pretty successful under him as a head coach for the most part, in terms of in 2018, they had the 5th ranked offense. 2019, they had number 1 ranked offense. 2020, they had number 4 ranked offense.
Right.
So, as head coach, he said, 2016 with the Falcons, he had the 4th ranked offense. So, I should say that back. I was looking at the wrong number there. But anyway, they're 5th in 2018, 1st 2019, 4th in 2020. So it's not like he's one of these defensive coaches where offenses have suffered under him. But then again, he also had Kyle Shanahan as his offensive coordinator when he was at Atlanta until things, faded away. So it's not like he's the type that's going, some defensive coaches, everybody worries that the offense is going to suffer. If you get the right coordinator in here, it won't be a problem. Yep. I don't see that being a problem at all.
Jay Martell says, that's not saying that this will or will not work out. I'm just bracing for the impact at the highest level. Yam says, Phil, you don't know Bell. Anyways.
Yeah, that's what I was told because it was funny because I told the guys, let's say that Ben Johnson isn't coming, or it was Ben Johnson he said was coming here. So I'm not even going to say Ben Johnson isn't coming here. But I didn't believe the dude had sources. And it turns out it's, he was either completely full of crap or his source was,
Nobody knew.
A friend of a friend of a friend told me.
Paulina says maybe he downloaded, he's a Commanders fan or just sent to sabotage. I'm here for the conspiracy theory. So Paulina, Dan Quinn is a graduate of Salisbury University, formerly known as Salisbury State University, which is on the Eastern Shore here in Maryland. So he's not too far from the DMV. It's right around outside the edge of the DMV. So for all we know, he could have grown up a fan here. I don't know. He played football and he played shot put for track and field. There's pictures of it. You can Google it, which I didn't know either till some of the guys threw it in the group chat today. So
he's from New Jersey originally, so he is an East Coast guy.
Yeah,
right.
I do like people with East Coast mindsets.
Todd says I'm scared of Sean Payton trying to trade up with us for a quarterback. I mean, if he gives us a king's ransom. It all depends who the coordinator is going to be. Who is the coordinator he's going to bring? Is it going to be Clint Kubiak from San Francisco?
That's what I don't know. But I tell you what, they're saying Chip Kelly, and there's one thing Chip Kelly can do is coach an offense, man. I wouldn't let him coach nothing else, but
we're going to talk about coordinators here.
Man, back to I seen somebody say trade back. That's stupid, dog. Look, you do not trade back the number 2 pick when you don't have any talent, bro. There's not a game on our schedule where we clearly have the best person on the field.
Rams
don't
did
pass
it.
that up, bro.
That's how we got RG3. The Rams did it, whether
Yeah.
it worked out or not.
No, the Rams did it because the Rams already had good players, though. On top of it, they already had good players.
They had Sam Bradford at quarterback.
No, I think they had some other. They had Aeneas Williams. They had somebody else good. Like, I think Aeneas is way too.
Well, apparently, you do the math. I think they squandered all those picks away, anyways, by now. But
they won a Super Bowl off in picks.
Yeah.
No, they went to a Super Bowl. They didn't win the Super Bowl off of those picks.
Yeah, man. We'll give them some win names as well, man. All these names will have plenty of time to work out. I'm a little late in the comments.
Look, if everything goes nuts and we're all of a sudden one of the best teams in the league, it's Quinnsanity, baby.
That's right. We're falling behind here in the comments. Deuce said, "Don't start a Dev." Deuce from Red Zone Lab. Make sure you guys check him out. Always a good friend to have. DT also posting on the Red Zone Lab channel. We about to get Chocolate Chip Kelly.
Yeah, man.
That offense in 2013 was on another level for about 6 games. Maybe.
Nah, he was good about 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't coaching. He's offensive coordinating.
Todd said, "I'm glad Ben Johnson stood us up at the altar. He stood up Seattle too."
Yeah.
I don't know if he's
stood
scared
up everybody.
I did talk to my friend today, my kid's friend at school. His mom works for the Lions, and they were very happy that Ben Johnson was coming back.
I wonder if that ruined anything for Aaron Glenn, because they were also going to go up there to interview him too, right?
They did.
So they kept the flight and kept going.
I haven't seen otherwise.
Yeah, they didn't turn the plane around. They went up there and all that. Todd Samuel hates Ben Johnson because
Todd,
Ben Johnson,
you got a Dan Quinn, a defensive head coach. Why would he want to grab an offensive guy with the 2nd overall pick if he's a defensive head coach? Why wouldn't he just trade back and get like some defensive talent? Or you know what I mean? I understand Des argument.
Because the best talent in the draft is in the top of the draft in this offensive.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Man, y'all better pick Marvin. Y'all better pick Marvin Harrison or Daniels with that pick, dog. Quit fucking around with talent, bro. Quit trying to stack up good players. Get a great player, bro. I'd rather have one great player or potential for a great player over 3 or 4 good ones any day. Fuck these good players. We got a whole team of good players. Ain't got us to the goddamn playoffs yet.
Yeah.
No, we into the playoffs rather yet.
Drake May's still on top of Daniels in most of the boards, but a lot can happen between now and then. Marcus said,
"You haven't even held the underwear Olympics yet."
Right. Marcus said, "Also, besides Joe Witt Jr.'s rumor Al Harris coming, Emmanuel Forbes, Quan Martin, BSJ will benefit if he comes." That whole defense.
I think Al Harris might be asked to be the defensive coordinator for Dallas now, man. I heard that he's in discussion for that as well. What would you rather be, the defensive coordinator for Washington or Dallas?
Dallas, Dallas has better talent. I would go.
But here's the thing about it, though. I think honestly, Dallas' head coach is on a lame duck year.
He is.
Like,
he's on a year.
Yeah, he's on a 1 year, and I feel like if they don't at least win 2 playoff games, he's gone. I don't care if they win 1. If they win 16 games and lose in the first round,
that's probably why Dan Quinn was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I wonder if you're Harris, do you stay?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll just spit off some of the defensive free agents here: Leonard Williams, Chris Jones, Daniel Hunter, Carl Lawson, Buda Baker, Randy Gregory, DJ Reader, Dory Jackson, Marcus Davenport, Jerome Baker, Romeo Acars, Darius Smith,
Buda Baker,
Yannick Ngakwe. I'm a big Buda Baker fan. Grover Stewart, Kendall Fuller. He is down on the list when you're looking at market value so far, though.
Shit.
And then Chase Young, so Fletcher Cox, yeah. Facebook user, I'm not sure who this is either. T Parker, hit that link at the top, man, so we can see your name on the stream. Says, I'm optimistic it would be better than Rivera and Gruden. Hey, Rivera might be a Dallas Cowboys coordinator, so we might be facing the whole coach again. It could be pretty good.
I like that.
I mean, look, anything's better than having Gruden in here.
Yeah,
cutting players due to Peter's envy.
I'll take Gruden offensive coordinator.
But so we didn't get Ben Johnson or Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald took the job with Seattle. Ben Johnson went back to Detroit. Commanders social media fans were in shambles.
They were, dude.
You were thinking the sky was falling, or we were in trouble because I'm not gonna lie, it was a little. Defeated. You felt a little defeated. You thought you get those guys.
Hold on. No, it wasn't the season after the Super Bowl that Ryan went to trash. It was the season after that. Because they went to the playoffs this season after they won the Super Bowl, or they went to the Super Bowl.
Commander Lord from YouTube, thank you for tuning in, man.
I got a question for you. Was it Shanahan that got hired like at the end of a season?
Kyle Shanahan got hired.
No. I'm talking about Mike Shanahan for us. Didn't he get hired at the end of a season? Like maybe in December, January before like the football season?
He got hired after our season was over.
Well, after our season was over, but the football season was still going, all right? Like that's that Super Bowl and all that shit going, like, right? It was like during the season, but not for us. Like we were done. It's like this point in the season.
I don't know.
For us, we were done, but the season was still going for other people. And we hired. I thought we hired him. Like it was like the end of December, beginning of January. We hired Mike Shanahan.
Don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, dude says, imagine if Ron is hired in Dallas and they start off 2-7. Fire Mike and Ron is the interim head coach in Dallas. Woo!
I doubt he finds someone mid-season.
I know. Here's a name that I've heard thrown about is Raheem Morris.
He got a job. He's back in Atlanta.
Oh, did he go to Atlanta?
He's the head coach.
He got the job over Bill Belichick. And the funny part is, Commander
defensive coordinator.
He's not gonna be a DC man.
Vrabel? Would you take Vrabel?
Yeah, but I heard Vrabel doesn't get along. He had problems with GMs. He had a problem with upper management.
He had a problem with the GM that was in Texas, who was also the head GM over R. Peters guy.
Yeah, well, there's Ray Carrington, whatever. Yeah. Commander Lawrence said, now we're going to get a new young quarterback, put him to an OC carousel, and this is a fucking disaster. So the thing
might get hurt.
The thing, and this is what I was going to say. Like, look at Bobby Slowick stayed with CJ Stroud. He could have had a job. Ben Johnson could have left. He with a better quarterback. But the thing about Chip Kelly, ain't no one wants to hire his ass as a head coach.
Right.
He ain't going. If you're worried about that,
I'm gonna get Bobby Petrino too. Everywhere he goes in college, the offense balls up. I would, you know, what I'm saying I would say that nobody's gonna hire that motherfucker, especially in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I would check all those guys out. Like, what's Alabama's offensive coordinator?
I do not remember.
I think Sarkisian. He went somewhere though, right?
Sarkisian did go somewhere. He was with Dan Quinn in Atlanta after Kyle Shanahan too.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. Like this guy does pick a lot from the Shanahan tree. I mean, they like are on the same tree basically. Him and Kyle are on the same tree. Quinn and Kyle. They all got the same people working with him. That's why I think it will be Kubiak. Honestly, I think he's going to take Kubiak, and I wouldn't be surprised if he even went after. Obviously, Harris would be my number one choice, but I think that your boy down in Baltimore could be here. Weaver, you said?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm not a big Colin Cowherd fan, but there is a little bit of logic I want you guys to hear on this real quick when it comes to why they think that we might have picked why Dan Quinn got hired. So just check it out. We're gonna stop right there. But you guys get the point. They made a good point about the defensive coaches versus offensive coaches that I wanted to put back out there. But he said it better than I could. But you get the point.
Yeah, it's offensive league.
It is an offensive league, and I think that was the stat I was trying to look for. Aaron Scher, what's up, bro? Thank you for joining us from the Book of Face. Said I hate Quinn, but I will give it a chance. Man, just give it a chance. Believe, bro. Give peace a chance, like Ted Lasso says. Believe, even if it's ripped up, thrown on the desk. Just believe, man. It's I'm not gonna say it's different because we say that every time we get a new coach.
Well, we could have easily gave Peters the first Glock Dookie of the next football season.
We'll do preseason. We'll do off-season Glock Dookie. How about that?
Off-season Glock Dookies.
Deluxe says Houston drafted Stroud at 2. Head coach has to think about the best move for the entire team. Don't think it changes plans. D'Amico Ryans in Houston. He's a defensive coach, and they got Stroud at 2. So whether it's Drake May, whether it's Jaden Daniels, there's rumors floating that Caleb Williams doesn't want to go to Chicago, and his dad is adamant about not having him go to Chicago. And I mean, who knows, right? Like anything could happen.
Anything is possible.
That's right. Anything.
Hey, now imagine this. Imagine Caleb Williams, who is the consensus best quarterback in the draft, says, I don't want to go to Chicago, but he's fine with coming here. That's already a win for us.
I mean, did he say he was fine coming here, or did he just not say he was fine coming in?
He just didn't say, I don't want to go to Washington.
We don't know.
If he doesn't mention us in the places he doesn't want to go,
I think
that's
the
a
reason,
win for us.
But I think the reason he doesn't want to go to Chicago is because Fields is there. He don't want to be no controversy. He don't want to be.
Well, they haven't traded him yet.
Right. I think that's what his father was hinting at. If you want to go there, please get rid of this nigga before. You know what I'm saying? You know, or make it
another people were talking about, other Chicago fans were talking about in that thread that he was liking condos on Instagram, Chicago condos on Instagram. It's like, come on, man. Too many super sleuths out there. Too many super sleuths. Marcus says the Cowboys are interviewing Ron Rivera next week. Maybe that's why Harris might be leaving. Could be. Ryan says, I think Chip, if we get him, can make Sam great. I was making a joke earlier. I was like, you just go get Marcus Mariota, bring back that Oregon offense from I don't know what year that was, but
I never
got to run with
Mariota. I don't want Marcus Mariota here. I don't want Marcus Mariota anywhere.
They were so good at Oregon that year, though.
Marcus Mariota on a boat. I don't want Marcus Mariota on a goat.
Anywhere.
Yeah,
I do not like Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, Todd was depressed when we didn't get Mike McDonald. I'm sorry for you, bro. We're all less happy for it as well, man. You're not alone. Chris Blow said, wonder what the staff is going to look like. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second.
Todd Samuel, I put out a welfare check request for you when Mike McDaniel did not get hired because I just wanted to make sure that your depression didn't lead to you ending up trying to pull a Minecraft on yourself and going game over.
And Aaron's right. We need to see the staff. And we're going to talk about, might as well just talk coordinators now. But is based on perception, I'll ask you guys and in the chat, answer in the chat. So there's a perception that we missed out on Johnson and McDonald. Johnson clearly declined us in Seattle. McDonald chose Seattle.
Can I tell you why? Because I've only heard one reason why.
Well, rumor also came out that Raheem Morris we offered it to Raheem Morris and he chose Atlanta. But go ahead. Why did McDonald choose Seattle?
From what I understand, we offered McDonald 4 years.
Yeah.
And McDonald took Seattle because Seattle offered him 6. And everybody's like, oh, see, the coaches are winning. I can understand that. Do you really want to pay a guy for 6 years if he doesn't work out after 2?
Not if I'm a GM.
No.
I mean, the Cowboys hitched their train together. The Niners hitched their train together with John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. They gave them both 5-year deals. That's a fair thing. We don't know what Adam Peters' contract is. It hasn't been disclosed. We knew John Lynch's contract, which is crazy. We knew it. We don't know.
We never seem to know contracts lately. We don't know what EB was getting other than 2 years. We don't know what Ron Rivera got except for 2 years. We don't know what Peters got at all. We just seem to never have the full details on that stuff.
Right.
But I think, realistically speaking, the guys we really seem to key in on, which were Slowick and Ben Johnson, stayed with their teams. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that they figure another playoff visit or a Super Bowl trip or Super Bowl win, and they can command whatever they want. We all heard of Ben Johnson supposedly wanted $15 million a year to coach wherever as a head coach. Right. He doesn't command that right now. He does command that more likely if he wins a Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator, especially with the way that Detroit's offense generally played over the course of the season. If they do that again, they go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, he can walk into any front office and say, here's my giant dick on the table. Pay me $15 million a year for it.
Just thunk.
Just.
Here it is.
That's the sound of it hitting an owner in the head.
Oh man! All right.
Not like PJ Carlson getting choked up by Sprewell.
Facebook user says, "Can we agree at least the defense will be better?"
That's T.
No, I don't think it will. I mean, we were last place. What's better? Is 28th better?
The floor is pretty low, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what do you mean better? Because you realize that for at least half the year we had Chase Young and Sweat, who were pretty highly productive for the first half of the year as individuals.
Yeah. Todd says, I think Dan Quinn would be better with Jaden Daniels than Mike McDonald with Geno Smith. I mean, Mike McDonald knew damn well he could have came here at the second overall pick and drafted Jaden Daniels, and he still said no. So what is that? What does that say?
You see the implications that
we can just
Todd Daniel wants everyone to believe that it's a foregone conclusion.
We can twist it.
Look, Todd, I won't
talking like the guy signed a contract here. It's hilarious.
I want Jaden Daniels too, Todd, but I'm telling you now, for just a little part of me wants us not to get him just to see you have a meltdown on this podcast, bro. I just want to see the time fuckery that'll happen.
Listen, if the vision is lined up, I'm all good with Jaden Daniels. If that's what the GM and the offensive coordinator head coach wants, dude, get it, do it. I don't want to be there a disconnect like we've seen in the past. Where
I like.
You know what I mean? If it's one vision and Dan's not coming in off the boat to make the pick, hey, if Jaden's the guy, fuck it, let's go. I'm okay. It would be more funny if it wasn't.
You got one guy that say could be the next Herbert.
And if Jaden Daniels is our quarterback in 2024, fine. I hope the kid wins for us.
Yeah.
But he's as of right now, he's not my number one quarterback in the draft. So I'm not going to talk about it like he is.
Yeah. Facebook user, I didn't get this comment. That second pick gonna have to hit. I go Daniels. Fuck him or Harrison Jr. if you can get a quarterback.
That's what I said. I'm with you. That's exactly. Okay. That's exactly what I would do. It's gotta be Jaden Daniels or Harrison. I'll accept those two. Obviously, if Caleb is here, you take him. But those are the three. At number two, those are the three, man. You can walk away with. I'll be like, hey, if you fail with one of those, I'm like, hey, man, you shot for it, man. You know what I'm saying? You went for it. You went for it. You know what I'm saying? So, I think May is safe, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'll be a bad quarterback at all. I just think he'll be good, man. And I'm tired of having just good players. Get a fucking great player, man. Try to get a great player. And that's why I don't get mad at the Chase Young draft, because Chase Young, at the point in the draft, you'd be stupid not to take him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you saw what you saw out of college and then workouts and shit, you'd be dumb not to take him. You know what I'm saying? It just worked out. He's going to end up being a good player. That's it. That's fine, though. You failed and he ended up being just good. You know what I'm saying? You could have got somebody who just was trash.
Yeah. Jason Donaway joined us from Facebook. What's up, Jason? Said he went to college on the Eastern Shore at near me at Salisbury. Yep, that's right. I think Jason was runner-up in our fantasy league, if I'm not mistaken. Him and Rob was the champion. Jason was the runner-up.
If I hadn't set two receivers in the semis, man, I'd have won my other league.
Ben Harlow says probably not. Does this mean Cam Curl stays? I think it increases the likelihood that Cam Curl stays.
Yeah, my forecast, I'm not paying $15 million.
Do you know what increases the likelihood that Cam Curl stays? That Cam Curl gets the contract that Cam Curl's dad wants Cam Curl to get.
Cam Curl, I can't give Cam Curl $15 million. I got like 12 for you. Can't go. I don't know if I can go 12. I mean, it's not that I don't think Cam Curl is worth money. I just think that for that much money on a team I think might win 4 games is ridiculous for a safety, bro.
So check this out, Dev. I just pulled up the list of free agent safeties. Buda Baker's at the top. His market values. His value this last season was 14.7. The next best one, Micah Hyde, 9.6. And then it just goes at Chauncey Gardner Johnson, 6.5. So not a lot of big safety.
Right, but they're all going to want like $15 million, bro. I'm not paying $15 million for
Jeremy Reeves is on that list too.
I'm not paying $15 million. He's all bro, and I don't pay $15 million. I'm not paying $15 million for no safety on a team I don't think will win 5 games next year. Bro.
I wouldn't either. Rivers Reeves from YouTube. What's up, Rivers? Sorry we took so long to get to you, man. We got a little backed up in the comments.
I can win 5 games with motherfucking Quan Martin and Butler and them dudes and maybe Forrest if he comes back. I can win 5 games with him personally. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Commander Lauren on YouTube says Dan isn't even the best defensive coach out there. I live in Atlanta. I got to see this trash can up close. Dan will suck. Maybe we can get Ben Johnson next year. Hey, I mean, I am interested to see what the term is of this contract if they disclose it.
Well, what define? I want to, Commander Lorian, sir. I want you to tell me what you saw trash about Dan Quinn. What was trash about him when he was there? I mean, what, are you just counting that last 0-5 year before he left? Because everybody always goes out bad. Ryan went out bad. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what constitutes as trash.
I mean, look what he did in Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, look what
they
he
were
did.
top. They were up there.
Look what he did in college where he got to Seattle. Look what he did in
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Marcus says Bobby P is back at Arkansas, and Daniel Jeremiah said that Quinn is interested with Clint Kubiak. Yep, we said that earlier. It's not a guarantee that Washington will draft a quarterback this year. It's not. We don't know. It's too late to.
Of course, I know Bobby P was back in Arkansas.
Trail, the Bachelor, thank you. You click the link, man. We can see it. Appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Real.
He could be a Redskins / Commanders fan. We don't know. We do not know.
He's from New Jersey, so I don't know.
Jersey. I lost a little bit more respect. I'm just kidding. Marcus
He's
said
an East Coast guy. He's an East Coast guy.
Yeah, Marcus, for sure. Caleb, I'm telling you, it's got to be in the order. Draft board, my draft board in order, man. For sure. Caleb, number 1. Number 2, Harrison. Number 3. Your boy, you run it, your quarterback.
Yeah.
No Daniels would be my 3. And that would be, and after that, I would trade down after that, personally. But you don't have to trade down because you got the number 2 pick.
Yeah. One more. So, Phil, read this comment. I'll pull up the slide here.
Also, rumor we are taking John White, defensive back coach from the boys. That's from Ryan.
There we go. So here's the latest in the Twitter sphere. Rumors, once again, all rumors. We don't know if they're true or not, but Cowboys secondary.
God damn it, here we are, these coaches with these fucking wonky eyes, bro.
From Grant Paulson. Cowboys secondary and defensive passing game coordinator Joe Witt Jr. is reportedly being named to the Commanders as the defensive coordinator under Dan Quinn via Aaron Wilson.
Let me tell you something about wonky eyes, right? It allows us to turn a blind eye to bullshit.
There it goes. Love it.
Yeah, we need to be called. I guess the W stands for wonky now. That's what we're going to call the Washington Wonkies.
Yeah. Chet Scotland. What's up, Chet? This is a good question. You guys throw the talent on Sammy. Personally, I don't believe he got a fair shake. Hey, guys, been a while. Good to see you after 4 more wins. One at a time. Dev, answer this question.
No. Look, man, I can be talked into giving Sammy a chance with a legitimate offensive coordinator and a whole new system. I can be talked into it. It's not my first option. I could also be talked into you spending some of this money and say Kirk wants $80 million for 2 years. I could be talked to you paying Kirk $80 million for 2 years and learning and teaching Sam how to play backup. I could be talked into that too and drafting maybe Harrison. I could be talked into that. I also could be talked into drafting Jaden Daniels or May or any of these other quarterbacks that might fall to us. Yeah. So I'm an open book, but no, I'm not. I think Sam can be a good quarterback. He has all the tools. He can make all the throws. We've seen him make plays with his legs and his arm. He's won some games for us. He's lost some games for us, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot to work with if you're an offensive coordinator and you're excited about a young quarterback, man. I like Sam, bro. Right. But if we can do better than Sam, do better than Sam.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dev. I agree. It's that tough decision you got to make. If one of those big 3 are staring at you right at number 2, it's like,
I don't know. Whatever the decision is, the one-eye coaches again. But hey,
whatever the decision is on quarterback, I want it to be a unanimous decision.
That's it. That's all I want.
Head coach and offensive coordinator all on the same page. And if they get together and say, you know what, if we fix these other parts of the offense, I could do something with Sam Howell. If they, if Dan Quinn and whoever the offensive coordinator believes that they can, let them. I just want it to be a unanimous decision. I don't want it to come out 6 games in the next season that, 5 seconds before we submitted the draft selection for Marvin Harrison Jr., that they were fighting over whether or not to take quarterback. I don't want that. I don't want that kind of situation where we find out that no, not everyone was on board, and it just goes from there.
Yeah. Marcus McCoy from Facebook. What's up, bro? Thank you for tuning in. Says Kubiak coming. Clint Kubiak is the guy, man. That he's Kubiak is coming. It's a lot of K. It's a lot of K.
Yeah, there's a lot of 3 in there.
He's crying like Caleb. There he goes. Facebook user, not sure who this one is, Phil.
That's 20 Twin.
Twitty Twin said, click that link on Facebook, man. Let StreamYard see your name.
I'm sorry, no, that's T Parker. It's T Parker.
T Parker. Okay. Thank you, T, for tuning in. Says, I don't think they're ready for the pressure. It would have came as far as Johnson. The other guy, forget his name. Mike McDonald.
Glowick is who he's talking about. McDonald.
Ryan says, gut feeling we get Penix, and I hope we draft Marvin. I don't know if Penix is an upgrade over Sam.
Man,
I don't know.
if he can't, he might be able to beat that nigga out.
A comment that's going to come from Todd Samuel here in a little bit.
Right here.
Also, you got Travis at Florida State. People aren't talking about
right there. That's incorrect. Bo Nix, Penix has actually looked good at Senior Bowl practices. I've looked at a lot of people on Twitter, and all they're doing is posting highlights of how many great throws he's made, and they're all different throws. So he's making a lot of throws that are impressing people. It's just that Spencer Rattler apparently is just blowing the doors off of everybody.
And I hate Spencer Rattler. He's kind of a dick, kind of douchebag.
Josh Rosen vibe about
Bo Callahan vibes, but people are saying he's overcome that. Because remember, he was at USC, transferred to North Carolina. And if you watch his Elite 11 film coming up out of high school, he was talking shit to his receiver. He was just like, that's not what you want in a quarterback.
He's a shit talker. But
yeah,
he's got the tools. But Penix apparently has made a ton of great throws. So I'm not worried about him.
Yeah. What's up, Greg? Greg Delaney joining us on Twitter. The Zeet fam. What's up, Greg? Thank you for tuning in. Ryan says Chase about to be cut by the Niners. They're not going to probably pay him the market value.
I would laugh.
Why would they cut him?
I would laugh my ass off if Peters went and picked up Chase again.
The price
and we managed to get the draft picks from the Niners,
dude,
and then get back Chase Young.
God mode. Peters would be a god for that. And then we would, but the Niners would still get that compensatory pick, but we would get the compensatory pick. Well, do they count the old Chase the same as the new Chase? Because that's how they do. It's a stupid formula.
I think there's a stipulation about coming back to your old team too, man.
Maybe it cancels each other out. I don't know. Not sure this Facebook user is. Says, y'all think EB is gone? Wouldn't mind him another year. It's up to Dan Quinn.
No. Parker again?
No. I don't know if he's going to want EB. I don't know. I don't. EB didn't show me enough to develop a young quarterback. So even if EB stays, and if it was Jaden Daniels, let's just put that out there. EB has shown me nothing that he would do anything to develop Jaden Daniels besides drop him back and throw the ball 50 times. Like
I think EB's
if you listen to Todd Samuel, Jaden Daniels can part the waters of the Red Sea. But outside of
he needs a veteran quarterback, man.
I think
want a good whatever offense our offensive coordinator brings, the quarterback has to be a fit for it, or they have to be someone who can be developed into it.
Yeah,
I want to walk into the season with people in place to do what they're going to be asked to do and can do it at least a professional level.
Yeah. Todd says, only team I would trade with is Patriots to 3 and take Jaden Daniels. Can't that.
Yeah, if you can pull that off.
Just assume that anything that Todd Samuel has to say is going to involve Jaden Daniels. If I say, hey, I think we have this interesting prospect at linebacker in the second round we should look at, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., and he's going to say, yeah, I'd take Jeremiah Trotter Jr., but I would definitely draft Jaden Daniels.
Ben Harlow made a comment, and we as Commanders fans need to be prepared for this situation to possibly happen. Bieniemy is staying with Hal, and they'll sell draft capital for more picks. That is a course of action. That could happen. Ed just said it earlier.
No options are off the table at this point, people. Let's keep that in mind.
That's it.
I don't think you should. I think that Bieniemy, if Bieniemy was at Kansas City right now, and you told me we could have Bieniemy as our coordinator, I'd be like, yes, please get that guy, bro. I'm not lying. If I think the thing I don't like about Bieniemy is he unfortunately kind of makes me remember the old people there. It gives me the feeling of the old guard, like nothing has changed. It doesn't give me the feeling of this is a new thing, anymore. It's kind of like it's refurbished. That's what it feels like, man. So I think you need to clean. If you're going to clean house and fire everybody, fire that guy too. And honestly, you should have done it a long time ago for his sake. Honestly, but
he could find a new job.
I think there's some part of me that says that Andy Reid's getting ready to fucking retire if they win a Super Bowl, and he's going to ask EB to take that job. Yeah. Something about that. Something tells me that's what's going to happen.
I think he's going to go back too.
And there's a reason why everybody got fired but him. It doesn't make sense.
I'm with you. Well, he's under contract. That's why.
Yeah, man. A lot of people were under contract and they fired him
for this same exact reason where we are. He could be a head coach, which he's not, or he could be the OC. Who knows? Tyrone Payne, thank you for joining us. Not sure this is your first time. But did you hear the rumor about Chip Kelly being a candidate for the OC position? Yes, we just talked about that, bro. We just
I'll take it, man. It'd be crazy, but
I didn't watch enough UCLA. He's been at UC. He coached for 1 year in San Francisco in 2016, and then he disappeared. And then he's a UCLA coach, and I don't know how he's doing. I don't know. Apparently, the guys in the group chat said he's not running that same style of offense anymore.
He coached at Philly?
No, after Philly, he went to San Francisco, and that's when the owner fired Trent Baalke, the GM, and that's when they got Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch and Adam Peters eventually. So he should thank Chip Kelly for because Chip Kelly won 2-14 that year. They were so bad, or 3-13, I think. They lost 13 in a row. It's crazy. Tia Holloway, what's up? Tia says, "Hey fellas, just getting off." All right, just getting off. Thank you. Yeah.
The man already knew what I was going to ask for.
We always appreciate it. Yes. Sorry, that was supposed to be my that was supposed to be this one. Yes, Tia, always good to see you. We appreciate you joining us after getting off work. Todd's gonna hand the card with Jaden Daniels' name to Adam Peters. I'm telling you, we will be live on draft day. It'll be a very long live stream, and I cannot wait. I think we will have Todd Siena will be on. We will have 4 squares, and Todd will be with us. I hope so.
Todd will be jumping in front of all the thoughts at draft night.
It'll be amazing.
Just to touch that man's hand.
Yeah. Aaron Shearer said, Weaver a done deal. Where he at? So the Ravens hired 31-year-old Zach Orr to be their new defensive coordinator. Everyone thought Weaver had a chance. People thought Weaver, even a friend. I have a friend who's a friend with Tony Weaver, says he thought he was going to get the DC job. So maybe Weaver's going to be a DC somewhere, and that's why they decided to promote from within. He's just got to figure out where he's going to go. So who knows?
Maybe that's
could be here. It could be here. Could be here. Ben Harlow says Penix release is just weird. Yeah,
it's not. It's quick. It's very snappy.
It's like a fast Tua throw.
Man, I like Penix would be a candidate to be in my 3 if it wasn't for all those damn season-ending injuries. Man, I'm sorry, bro. I know he's been injury-free relatively for a year or so, over a year or so. He's checked out medically, but no fucking way, bro. Not in the top 2 or 3. Not in the top 2 or 3. First round, for sure.
Yeah.
But
top 2 or 3. Todd Samuel, I'm going to challenge you on this. Is there an offensive system that Jaden Daniels can't play in? If you say he can play an EB system, all right, which is zero proof of that.
The LSU system's not really a crazy college system.
Is there a system that he cannot play in? I'm going to let you. That should be the next comment I see from you. That should be it.
LSU runs a pro system, man. They don't run like that crazy.
One of his downfalls is he's a one read and run guy. He's not
Yeah,
exactly. Which is not bad because clearly it works, right?
Said the same thing about Struve.
For all we know, maybe he understands all the concepts and he just sees the opening, and the coach is like, "Listen, you got too much ability to just sit back there and pass, just run." We don't know, man. This is just what's being said to Robert Griffin. Yeah,
that's what Lamar should have did.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Ben says if there's another OC, that's 3 OCs that Hal's been around. Yeah, he's getting the Jason Campbell treatment. I think Phil brought this up multiple times, a long time ago. That's the same path as Patrick Ramsey, Jason Campbell, and it's how you ruin a young quarterback. That's why
That's why I'm not against the idea of if we get a new OC, getting another quarterback.
Yeah, start fresh.
Ryan Elias.
Charlie Lewis says, dude needs a mic. He sounds like he's in wind tunnel. I don't know who he's talking about. He's talking about Dev?
I assume he's talking about
I'm pretty far. I think I'm just far away.
Maybe it's a little bit of echo, but maybe he's talking about you.
All right. Ryan Elias points out that Penix is weird. Penix's delivery looks weird because he's a lefty. That's true.
And he's short armed it too. Instead of it's like
he throws it like a catcher.
Lefties always throw weird. Have you ever seen a clean lefty throwing?
But you see catchers in baseball who has some of the strongest arms on the team.
Yeah.
Because they have to get that quick release off to get the ball down to second base faster than lightning. You throw from here, right?
Yep.
It's a snap throw, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I learned that my cousin was a Division I catcher, and that was one of the things I always noticed is that he had, very short, compact throwing motion for a guy who was 6'2", 230 and like no body fat.
Yeah.
But you think he had this big wind up and just fire, but because of the speed, he throws from here, right?
Yeah.
And I think that Penix has that short, quick release, which is good because especially with our offensive line, if that doesn't get shored up, he's going to need a quick release.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother. KC Kenneth Lim says, fuck Chip Kelly, diehard Eagles fan, so he knows all about Chip Kelly. I got a brother, older brother. Not Chip Kelly. I will say the best lefty, in my opinion, to ever throw the ball is still Michael Vick, man. Michael Vick, and then follow the form
Steve
when you
Young.
look at it. Steve Young's, to me, it's Michael Vick and then Steve Young. Just we're looking at
Steve Young had better form.
Was Dante Culpepper left-handed?
No, Michael Vick could just whip that ball, and then the next thing you know, 68 yards.
Michael Vick had a stronger arm, but I think Steve Young had a better. He had a better form.
Thanks for watching, bro. Appreciate you. Todd said Sam Howell should be cut or traded after Jaden Daniels picked for a late round quarterback. Take Jaden Daniels out of it. I kind of said this before. If we could get something for Sam above a 5th rounder, why would you not? Why would you not consider a trade? Because then we're saving the fan base from ourselves, right? Because there's still a proponent who still want Sam Howell as the quarterback. So you could save the fans, you could get something in return, and then sign a veteran backup quarterback. That's all I would say. So there's kind of logic to this. Take out the Jaden Daniels pick, but there's logic to this statement, and that's okay. Facebook user again, Phil, I rely on you to tell me who it is.
That's Greg Delaney. Click that link at the top of the StreamYard link, man, so we can see you. It says, I think EB was pushed out of Kansas City so Reed can retire. It's the same thing Dev said. Chiefs don't have to answer questions about him being passed over the head coaching job. Matt Nagy is getting that job. All signs point to Nagy getting it. I mean, Doug Peterson got a job off of it. Who else? It's Kansas City. Just give the damn coaching job.
Reed's guys just get.
I think we could be over it.
Yeah. Teron Payne said, first time, fella. Well, thank you, man. We appreciate you. This is your first time watching. I didn't know if I recognize the name, but we do appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Props to you. Congratulations. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Hopefully much more live every Thursday in the off season. And then during the season, we're live every Monday and Thursday for pregame and post games. So also says Mahomes doesn't want EB. Mahomes made a comment, said they miss EB. He didn't say we miss his play calling. He said we kind of miss his coaching and we miss his presence. I don't know the exact words.
Missed his play calling when he wasn't calling play.
Yeah, some people don't want to say that, but I kind of feel that way too, you know. Yeah. Marcus with the clapback says if Washington doesn't draft Jaden Daniels, we better do a welfare check on Todd. He's gonna, yes.
I already put one out when we didn't get McDonald.
Ryan says, can we get a Jim Zorn hip hooray for good content this year with the skins? I mean, fuck it being negative for so long. Yes, can we get a we appreciate that. We appreciate everybody who tunes into this show because times are hard.
Hooray, beer.
We still do it. That's right. Hooray.
What happened to that guy?
Yeah. So Cliff Kingsbury just got the job. I was going to put this out there. Todd beat it to the punch. Thank you, sir. So Cliff Kingsbury just got the OC job in Vegas. So he's going to be working for Antonio Pierce as his offensive coordinator.
Hell, I thought he was there. I thought he was going to Chicago.
There was rumors about him coming here as well. So
does
that's what
that
I'm saying, man. It's crazy.
Does that mean that Kingsbury is going to work with Aiden O'Connell, or now the Raiders looking to draft a quarterback?
They're going to have to draft a quarterback, right?
Wow.
Is Garoppolo still under contract?
Aiden O'Connell was a rookie last year.
Is Garoppolo under contract?
Guru.
I'll tell you right now. I'll do free agent quarterbacks. If he's not on there, then that means he's under contract. So the Raiders are picking this year. The Raiders have the 11th overall pick. So it's going to take a lot for them to move up. If you think about it.
All right.
Jimmy Garoppolo has a 3-year contract. It's fully guaranteed in 2024, $11.5 million. So yes, he's under contract this year.
Let's go through this. All right. Here are your quarterbacks that are free agent quarterbacks for 2024. Expected, at least. Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor, Marcus Mariota, Sam Darnold, Jameis Winston, Drew Lock, Baker Mayfield, Gardner Minshew, Teddy Bridgewater, Tyler Huntley.
There you go. Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley. Man played 3 games in that season and still made the Pro Bowl. What's up?
That is such proof that Pro Bowl voting is such bullshit.
Yeah. Facebook user, once again, I agree. We trading Sam if we go quarterback at 2. Our fan base with a new quarterback would go through hell. Love the show, guys. Appreciate you. Who is that?
That is Mark Banks.
Mark Banks. Thank you for tuning in, man. Hit that StreamYard link at the top.
That should be the first question they ask the coach, too.
What?
They should ask him, like, what's his plans with Sam?
Yeah. I mean, it could have been in the coach's opinion, too. Like, what are you guys going to do at quarterback? Like, all the coaches they interview.
They have to ask him, right? Like, they have to ask the coach how he feels about Sam.
Yeah. Shot for Tyrone. That's right, Ryan. Deuce said, I didn't get no music. Deuce. You know what, Deuce?
Deuce gets to appear on this show.
He does.
Right, I miss Deuce. You need to come back on here, man.
Congratulations. There you go, Deuce. There you go. We can give Deuce this song. Can this be his song? We'll give Deuce this. Because when he comes on, it's all about the business. The business.
And Marcus. Mixtape. Joe Witt used to coach at Louisville under Charlie Strong. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right. I do remember that.
Witt because Dev's got to get someone who's got the L1C4.
So Todd Samuel. So I was talking to a friend at work today, and I said this as well. Todd says Greg Roman as OC in DC. If their plan is to draft Jaden Daniels, Greg Roman is the best candidate to work with him. That was Lamar Jackson's former offensive coordinator,
and he hated him, by the way.
But listen, he also was Colin Kaepernick's offensive coordinator in 2012 when he introduced the RPO system. It doesn't matter. He ran the system. He has the system. I don't know who else can run.
Kaepernick never looked better.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. Another Facebook user hit that link. Hit that link at the top of the post so StreamYard can see your name, so we can see your name on the stream, bro, or sister. Not sure. What was the name again?
Here every Thursday.
Brandon Cole.
During the season, it's or once we get around training camp, it's Mondays and Thursdays. Best way. Let's go to YouTube. Subscribe, hit the bell notification. You'll get notification a half hour before we post or we go live. I point that out because we will probably have some pre-recorded stuff we'll be posting throughout the off season as well.
Yeah.
Not necessarily related to football, but just fun stuff that we like to do because as the tagline says to my, on your screen to the left, more than a sports podcast.
Yeah, Brandon Cole, we appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll just give you the YouTube link while we're at it, so you should see it in the comments there. But thanks, Brandon, for tuning in. Deuce says they need to keep doing 2 days a week. That's just me, though. Yeah, we probably should, man. We just sometimes you get life catches up, and we agree.
We need an off season too. Damn it,
kind of been our thing. We've kind of been taking this off season, but once there's just so much going on, it's kind of hard not to. So we've been considering going back to 2, and we'll see, man. It feels like it's forever when you go week to week, doesn't it?
Yeah, the off season gets long when we go twice a week.
It does, man. But Fred Brown, the OG from the Washington Football Addicts Facebook group, said great hire, unexpected but great hire. I figured that would be Fred's take on this thing. Fred could probably tell you what the Dallas defense was rated in Madden. It was probably pretty high, if you ask me. I guarantee that Cowboy defense on Madden was rated super high. And there's science to some of that. You're muted, Dev. There's science to some of those ratings, whether you believe it or not.
Some of our defensive rating was high too, beginning of the season.
Beginning of the season.
Yeah, that changed as time went on.
Todd says Mac Jones on the trading block. They are definitely taking a quarterback. Man, I had someone argue with me on Twitter the other day that Mac Jones was going to. I forget who. Matt Davis, I think his name's on Twitter. So Matt Davis.
Someone on Twitter was trying to say we should go get Mac Jones.
I argued with Kool-Aid that Mac Jones was good, man. I was
like, man, Kool-Aid thinks Mac Jones is good.
Man, oh my God, bro! I used to have fights with him every day. I'm sorry that motherfucker was, bro.
I bet you Todd Samuel would say Sam Howell is better than Mac Jones because statistically we could probably prove that he's better than
Yeah, he's definitely better than Mac Jones. I'll say he's better than Mac. He has more tools than Mac Jones.
Yeah. Ryan said, honestly, how bad are the Cowgirls going to be without Quinn and potentially the DB's coach? Sirianni has Hayden Philly and the Giants are the Giants. Well, Dev said it earlier that Mike McCarthy's a lame duck coach, man. That's probably why Quinn was like, "I'm out. I'm not going to."
Man, Michael Irvin's like, "Fuck you. We ain't going. Who cares?" Like Michael Irvin was basically like, "That ain't gonna hurt us none."
Maybe Scott Turner was like, "Hey, I know Ron's going to get fired next year, so you can say you're going to fire me, but I'm really quitting." He's like, "Well, damn, who's going to run my offense?" EB was like, "Yeah, I'll come over there." Like everyone kind of knew Ron Rivera was a lame duck coach this year. Everyone kind of knew.
Still, they let him decide to bench Hal, which didn't work out for him, and trade away guys that should have had the new coach should have. Imagine, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying this would have happened or nothing, but honestly, man, wouldn't you rather have Quinn here if you had Sweat and Young and let him decide and let him go free agency or not?
Yeah, it's
wouldn't
like
that have made more sense?
Why do you let someone who's going to be gone have so much power in the future
right.
of the team?
Why wouldn't you just, if you was going, you could have traded Sweat before the draft or some shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have still got a second round pick out of Chase, which they should have extended him anyways if they didn't want him. It was stupid. Yeah. But que sera.
Yep. There's a funny little thread, and I know Phil is not the biggest Chris Russell fan, and I'm not either. But there's some logic to this Twitter thread that I think it's fair that we could probably show some of this. Let me get this in the environment here. So Chris Russell said Ben Johnson didn't want to be here. Raheem Morris and Mike McDonald offered and chose another gig. Nobody can blame him. Dan Quinn wanted to be here. I reported on that the final day of the season. His job, he covered it. So he goes down to say, for all of you that do not like Dan Quinn hired because of whatever reason, especially if you don't like guys getting a second chance, I hope you've never been given an opportunity to fix or change anything in your life. Okay. Now this is where he gets a little bit, start to cook a little bit. So the most lazy narrative of Dan Quinn is that he's Ron Rivera 2.0. Sure, there's some similarities. Dan Quinn's not getting personnel control, nor should he. That's a good thing, right? Dan Quinn's going to bring in much better offensive staff. I promise. Dan Quinn, head coach job in Atlanta, went to work. Ron's last 2 years in Carolina were not good. The defense was lousy. The offense was hit and miss. Dan Quinn went to the Cowboys, took over a bad defense, rebuilt it, and had a top 5 unit leading in turnovers combined. Granted, Ron Rivera was a head boss. Dan Quinn wasn't. But what he's trying to say is it's not Ron Rivera 2.0. That's what
go back to that real quick. Go back to that screen. Yep. I got one question real fast. Just one question. Answer me this, Steve.
Yes.
Why is Farmer Wants a Wife in your algorithm, bro?
I don't know. It says
whatever, man.
What's happening? Lakers versus Celtics.
Don't try to say whatever.
This says trending on Twitter.
No, this is trending on Steve's Twitter.
No,
trending my Twitter don't show that shit. My Twitter has bitches and hoes in the section over there. I don't know.
Hyde Parvati. I don't know who Parvati is. The Trader US. This is just trending in the United States, not mine.
Farmer Wants a Wife, man.
Trending.
Goes by your algorithms.
Trending.
Goes by your algorithms. They ain't even looking up big ass Infowar.
I don't see it, man. Farmer Wants a Wife. I don't know what Farmer Wants a Wife is. Someone look up Farmer Wants a Wife and tell me what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is. Don't try to act like you don't know.
I don't know what it is.
I bet if you look up Phil's ass like loving hip hop. Mine does. I ain't gonna front.
You gotta look at the YouTube search history. That's where you really get to know someone.
Look, you just go. You look at some trending of mine. It's just gonna be a lot of thick bitches.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be on mine.
Nat Rivers says senior practice spots has some good players coming out this year. Yep, there's been if you go to our Twitter, where there's a couple of good posts for offensive defense. Tyler Guyton looking pretty good supposedly.
Who?
I see Tyler Guyton. I seen them pick him up in a lot of mock drafts. Offensive tackle Guyton.
I see Chris Paul's little brother was kicking ass.
Chris Paul's little brother, Patrick Paul. Fred said draft prediction to piss everyone off, especially Dev. Trade back and keep
my
trading
God.
back until we're out of the first.
I would have a seizure, man. I would blow the fuck up. I would blow the fuck up. I would have to have a safe word if that happened. If we traded back out of 2, and especially if it didn't work out, you would never hear the last of that shit, man. It'd be like fucking Trent Williams all over again.
Todd says Sam is better than Mac Jones. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, he has better tools, man.
Said maybe we can trade Sam to the Patriots or Broncos. Hey, if you can get Sam Howell's a 5th round pick. If you get a 3rd for Sam, kind of winning there, man. Just saying. But you have him on contract for 2 more years. Yeah. Take it for what it's worth. We just can't clamor for him if we get a rookie quarterback. That's all.
Marcus Edelin says he thinks Young will be back. Quinn Peters going to watch film on all the players. Are they better?
Chase has really bad San Francisco film, though. You see,
I think he's talking about all the players on our current defense.
Oh, okay.
I think he's gonna go for under market value though, and that's gonna make him look real good to some teams because somebody's gonna think they can coach him up.
We got Chase for $7 million a year. All right,
yeah, if you get him under 10, woo, because he's still a legit starter.
Fred said Madden Rays Cowboys defense was 85, Washington 71. So there you go. There you go. I'm surprised we were 71. That sounds a little bit high, but that's what they gave us, man. That's what
Fred hates any rating of below 80 as far as player pickups. So
yeah. Seattle Seahawks podcaster advocating for the trading of Jalen Hurts. Are they going to try to blow up the Philadelphia, man? That's crazy. They really down that bad?
I think they didn't like. It's something Jalen Hurts did where they stopped liking him. Philly, they got a quarterback coach now that just dropped back some passes, so it's gonna be kind of weird.
Here's the scary thing. This is the thing I don't want to happen. I do not, because Dallas feels like they're going to take a step back.
Yeah.
Philly is aging and about to enter cap hell, and the Giants still suck. So because of that,
Giants are 1 game out of playoffs, by the way.
I do not want us doing what we did Rivera's first year and winning a division and then giving the coaching staff a false sense of who we are. So they better know, hey, if we do a lot better than we expect that first season, don't think that means we're better than what we are, whatever that is. Keep acting like we suck and keep building. Don't let the chips fall where they may. If we happen to sneak into the playoffs or something like that, cool. Keep building as if we didn't.
That's right.
That's all I can suggest, because I do not want that false sense of being better than what we are coming from an unexpected division win or wild card berth or something like that.
Yep. Yam's back. Thanks for joining us. Yam says my draft prediction now is the team's going to trade back more picks overall and draft a less desired quarterback. So you're talking like a Bo Nix, a JJ McCarthy,
Michael Penix. That's who I think he's kind of hitting at.
Todd says Saints might trade Andreas Pete. That's the rumor in Louisiana. I thought Pete was a free agent.
He's a free agent this year.
I thought he was a free agent. Unless
he's the only one I would really consider at this point.
Exactly. Yeah. Unless he was a restricted free agent. I don't know. I swear Andreas Pete was a free agent. I could be wrong. I thought we looked at that a couple months ago.
We did.
Or right as the season ended. I'm not sure. Marcus says Adam Peters is known for trading back either the first round or second round. He will trade back. Got Kittle in the 5th. Hey, find us a George Kittle, man. Please. This is Greg Delaney. AJ Brown is on the block. There's rumors that he is on the trading block, which is crazy. But you know what?
Yeah, Andreas Pete is an unrestricted free agent this year.
There we go. Then that could be your left tackle if you think he's
guard. He's a guard.
Okay, guard. Then
put him on the other side of the line from Sam Cosmi. Your guards are set.
Yeah. Thomas Leidner Carrington. Hit that link at the top of the post so we can see your name on the stream, brother.
Thomas Leidner Carrington.
Love the name. Any scenario you see the Commanders picking up Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, we talked about it. If they feel they have what they can work with Sam Howell, then you can take that second pick after the Bears choose Caleb, get Marvin Harrison Jr. Or you trade some of that capital because we have 9 picks. Come back in the first round and get your quarterback, whoever that is. Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, whatever. That's how I see a scenario of them getting Marvin Harrison Jr. That wouldn't be, or if they're good with Sam, if they're going to roll with Sam, then they're getting Marvin Harrison Jr. Roll with it. Do it. Cowboys are in cap hell. Marcus says. Eagles, Saints are among the teams in cap issues. Yes. They're all in trouble. Oh, my brother says A.J. Brown's not going anywhere. You probably don't want him to go anywhere. But he was on Twitter today and also on, I think he was on Up and Adams. He was on some show, ESPN, Get Up, talking about the trade rumors. And he gave the political answer. But I don't know. It would be awesome to have A.J. Brown, but it probably cost a pretty penny.
So apparently the Eagles have managed to wrangle themselves $20 million in cap space, but they have 62 players signed under contract.
That's a lot. We only had, when we did our count, we had what, like 42?
Yeah, 45.
45. They have 62?
Yeah, we drafted like 7 last year.
Yeah, they should still have them on a contract then.
Yeah.
Liam says LA's like 35 milli over the cap. They can figure it out. Restructures and the cap's going. The cap is going up a little bit too.
82 million over the cap.
Yeah.
Oh God.
82.
Yeah, let Kamara slide to us.
Oh my!
It'll be funny if they're still somehow paying Drew Brees. That would be hilarious.
The Cowboys.
Capri Bill still getting a.
So these are the teams that are well over the cap. I'm not going to count the Seahawks; they're barely over the cap.
Yeah,
you can fix that. But the Steelers are 14 million over the cap. The Cowboys are 14 million over the cap. Browns are 20. Broncos are 25. The Chargers are 44 million over the cap. Dolphins are 51 million over the cap. Bills are 51, almost 52 million over the cap. Saints are 82, almost 83 million over the cap. The Saints have almost as much room over the cap as we have under the cap.
What's Cowboys?
Cowboys are 14 million over.
That's not bad. They can fix that.
You can fix that, but I mean, you're going to have to give up something for that.
Yeah, but the salary cap does go up.
I think that's what the expected cap increase.
Okay. Oh, it's only I don't know what it's going up.
It's not going to be 82 million going. It's not going to go up that much.
No. Okay, so this year it's 224.8. Next year it's 246. So they're getting a little bit of leeway.
All right. So the Cowboys, the teams are at 14 million. Will get to about even.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
About a 16 delta. Todd says, well, the Chargers cut some high-priced players like Khalil Mack, get over the cap. And then Deuce comes in and says, Chargers got to get out of Bosa and Mack contracts and save $43 million. They could probably get rid of Mack. I would keep Bosa, restructure, keep him.
I would take Mack faster.
I would too, man. I mean, he's got to be getting a little long in the tooth, but he's still better than what we got.
About full-time defensive end. Talking about putting a dude back defensive end too. Jamin Davis. I think that's where his best fit is.
Yeah,
I don't think Davis. I think he's a guy who likes to play in space. I don't think end is good for him.
Yeah. So real quick as we close out from you guys, fellas, and in the chat. So just give them what we know now. We don't know any coordinators. All we know is Adam Peters is our GM. Dan Quinn's the head coach. What do you think you're gonna do for the draft? Just shot from the gun, out of a cannon. You don't got to go into too much depth with it. Based off Dan Quinn being our head coach, what will they do with the number 2 pick? Phil, I'll start with you, and y'all listen in the chat. Put in the chat, what do you think they're going to do? Just because we know who the head coach and the GM is, what are they going to do with number 2? Todd Samuel, I know your answer, but put it in there anyways. Phil, go ahead.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr. Okay, and we'll do this again after we get the coordinators. Deb, what about you? Just who cares, man? This is not going to count. You don't got to be right. You don't got to be wrong. Just as of today, tonight.
Yeah, as of today.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr. So that means they're going to either work with Sam or draft a guy later. Okay.
I think you take the best player available, and then you maybe pick up Russ. I wouldn't be surprised to hear the Russ things happening because of the Seattle ties.
Yeah.
I think with the cap space, don't be surprised.
Yeah, if you're asking,
don't be surprised if the name Kirk Cousins doesn't come up in free agency talk at some point.
He's
it's got to. If anything, to use as his leverage for Minnesota. But
yeah. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. You got to remember, new ownership, new front office. It's a different franchise than the one he left.
Yeah. For me, if you're asking me today, not knowing what's going to happen, I'm going to take the conservative safe pick and say Drake May at 2, just because that's just the vanilla answer, and I'm hedging my bets with that one. So, a couple other people in the chat. Todd Samuel says Jaden Daniels quarterback, LSU, right?
Yeah,
on
yeah.
time.
I remember when
There's
we
a
were at 5.
surprising comment.
When we were at 5, I said I want to. You remember, I was like, man, get Jaden Daniels at 5. We're gonna pick 5. Pick Jaden Daniels. Once we got to 2, I'm like,
Yeah.
But I'll take either one. I'll be as happy for either one of them motherfuckers. I'll keep it real.
Yeah.
Either one
My
of
bro says keep Sam Howell and get Marvin Harrison Jr. beef up the defense. So he's an Eagles fan. He says we should keep Sam Howell. My friend at work as a Cowboys fan also says we should keep Sam Howell, but he also says we should keep Eric Bieniemy too. So
he just wants to keep winning. He just wants to keep beating. That's why
yeah, y'all keep him. Y'all keep him.
Yeah, keep those guys.
Yam says trade back to fifth to 7th in the draft. Take best player available there. Trade back into the first and get whatever quarterback slides there.
I would trade back one spot to get Jaden Daniels. That's as far as I could go, man.
Yeah. Brandon Cole, thank you for flipping over to YouTube, man. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you are watching it on YouTube, we'd be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button for us. Since you're over there anyways, it only just take a second. Or give us a thumbs down, whatever you want, because we'll take that too.
Give us a thumbs up for all the praise you gave us. We deserve a thumbs up, damn it.
Brandon says, keep Sam, like a man said, take the next best thing available. Yeah, and we'll do this again every time we get a coordinator. Todd says Jaden Daniels 2 LSU, trade back up to 20. Brian Thomas Jr. LSU. So you just want to get all Tigers, and I see where this is going.
What if we pick Harrison and trade back in 20 and pick up like a Bo Nix or what's his face? People forget what's the quarterback, like I said, for Florida State, Travis. What's his face?
Knight. I can't remember.
The guy from Florida State.
Yes.
He would have been he would have been one of the top 10 players. Maybe he'd been a top 5 quarterback if he hadn't got hurt.
Yep.
In this draft. So
Todd said they wanted to keep Sam to throw pick 6.
Right. Fool me once.
Shame on you. Ryan says Penix at 2. That's awfully high, bro. Penix at 2.
No, I like Penix. I think Penix is going to be a successful quarterback in this league. I don't necessarily wouldn't take him at 2.
Yeah. The injury history won't let me take him at 2.
Yeah. Hey, what's his name? Neighbors is going to go high too. That's the other LSU wide receiver.
I said, would you take? I said, if Jaden Daniels is gone, would you take Neighbors or Marvin Harrison Jr.? And he says, I'd take Neighbors.
Man,
that's what Todd said. And I was just like, what?
Imagine if you did trade back to, let's say, 5th, and you could get Neighbors and a quarterback, dude. It'd be crazy.
How could you trade back to 5 and get 2?
No. Later. You get a quarterback later. I'm talking about getting 2 first-round picks.
You get a bunch of picks.
Remember, we had 2 2s and 2 3s
trade away
already.
Some of those picks to go back into the first round.
Yeah,
that's what he's saying.
Chris Reed
I'd move back in. I won't move up down.
Yeah. Chris Reed says if Quinn builds a defense like he had in Dallas, I'll be happy. Which means he's got to go get him a Micah Parsons. And I don't think Jamin Davis is Micah Parsons, but he's got to find one.
I don't think there's really a Micah Parsons in this draft, though.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at. I've been so focused on offense. I really haven't
even looked at. Somebody says a linebacker that's real good.
Yeah,
right?
I gotta start looking at defensive options.
Alabama's no linebacker
draft.
Well, right now, like I said, I in most of my mocks, I end up taking Jeremiah Trotter Jr. in the second.
Yeah.
But he's not a Micah Parsons, but he is a really good linebacker.
Yeah.
There's actually, I will say, this is a good draft for linebackers, especially like the mid rounds. There are some really good linebackers in this draft that you can get in the 3rd round, 4th round. So that's one thing that this draft is deep at beyond the first. A lot of people talk about this. I heard somebody say this. This draft is so deep on offensive tackle. I said, yeah, but day 1 starters outside the first round, you may have one.
Yeah. Usually it's deeper on linebackers. That's kind of odd that it's not, but
the linebackers.
I'm sorry.
Offensive
lineman. Yeah. I mean, you get the Alt, the Fashanus, and the
interior line. If you want to get a center, you can get one in 3rd. That kid from Michigan, you can get day 2. But as far as offensive tackle, after the first round and the beginning of the second, it just goes,
just
falls off.
Yep. few more comments here, then we'll wrap it up. Ben says Marvin Harrison Jr. if Hal stays at 2, or if Hal stays. Marcus says Jordan Travis from Florida State is who you're talking about, and I think he's referencing Chris Reed's comment about the kid from Florida State.
Yeah,
Same
Jordan
guy that Dev was talking about.
Yeah.
Ben says Curtis Samuel's got to go.
He's a free agent.
I don't know if he's got to go. He was a very dependable player for us last year.
Yes, agreed.
Look, I wouldn't be.
Here's the interesting thing: Cap's gone up. His market value has not changed from when we signed him.
Get him for like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
His market value is like 11.
Yeah. Todd Samuel says UCLA has Latu. Okay, Latu.
Yeah.
He likes Jerry Rice's son too. I heard about him being in this draft, but I haven't seen what he's all about. He's not making any big splashes. Name.
I wouldn't pick a receiver
Rice.
early unless it's Harrison.
Oh, Brendan Rice played with Caleb Williams apparently. If you went to USC, unless it's Gamecock.
Yeah, it's talking about the one at USC. He's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah. Yam says overall it's a very shallow draft for O-line. Whoever said that is high on crack. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't say that. Like I said, interior line, like you can get a center in the 3rd round that can start. A kid from Michigan is probably going to go in the 3rd round, and he's good at center.
Yeah,
but it's a very shallow draft at offensive tackle.
Yeah. Well, man, hey, this was fantastic. We had probably more people tune into this live stream than we had in a really, really, really long time. I think at the most we had 35 people in here live at one time. So that was
even comments.
That was pretty dope. We appreciate it. For those new watch to the channel, man, we appreciate you. Make sure you do. I know a lot of you guys are following us in the Facebook group, but make sure you go over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. And like Phil said, hit that bell and we'll go live. We had some recommendations to go back to 2 a week. We may have to start reconsidering that, fellas, because if that's what the people want, then maybe that's what the people get.
Try to give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. You know what I mean? There's no wrong answer to that. No wrong answer. A couple more comments. Brandon says, yep, save some money, improve the D for sure. Yam says, Harrison Jr. is a freaking specimen of nature. If we got him somehow, I wouldn't be mad at all. He would be our AJ Brown. He would be our Megatron. I think he's more Megatron than AJ Brown.
Yam asked to hit the like on YouTube. I can tell you right now, not all of them did. So if you didn't hit,
I think it's more AJ Green. What's the Johnson dude? Andre Johnson. That's who it reminds me of.
From the Texans?
Yeah, he reminds me of Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson. Yeah. Ryan says Trevor Etienne from Florida Gators. Good late round quarterback.
Running back.
He's not related to the other Travis Etienne from.
He is.
Travis Etienne is on Jacksonville.
Brother. I think it's his brother or some shit.
Oh, snap. Thanks. Brandon, thanks for kicking us, man. I know it's your first time. Tyron Payne, I know you watch in. My brother, Casey, appreciate you. As always, Todd, Ben, Marcus, Chris Reed, Greg Delaney. We got to start giving some shout outs here. Fred Brown, as always. Start scrolling up here. Tia for checking in. Aaron Scher.
T. Parker. T. Real.
Jason Donaway. Ryan Elias. DT Deuce, of course, as always. MVPs over there. We had a couple other Trail to Bachelor. Thank you for fixing your Facebook and allowing us to comment. Paulina, Doug, Jay Martell, checking in early. Thank you very much. Arch or Deluxe, I think it was. Sanchez, Corey on the warpath, Mr. Titan, Utah, checking in from Twitter. We appreciate it, man. A lot of shout outs, man. But yes, thank you so much for joining us. And hey, you know what? Maybe we'll plan on being live Monday. We'll talk it over and see. Until then, I'll just be making a bunch of memes and posting a bunch of random stuff. We'll see. You guys have any shout outs before we close it down?
Shout out to everybody who showed up tonight. You know, it was a good night to come out. I mean, you know, the Commanders really coordinated their announcement with our day of recording the podcast. Well, shout out to them for that. You know, maybe my conversations with somebody who works in the organization have helped. Maybe they were shooting us a bone. I don't know.
Maybe. Thomas Carrigan says late round note. Watch out for Christian McCaffrey's brother.
Thick info right there. I think
maybe if we're lucky. Watch out for Christian McCaffrey's brother, Luke McCaffrey. Yeah, I saw a couple highlights.
Was he a quarterback, right?
I don't know what he plays.
He's a
he was a quarterback, right?
No, I think he's a wide receiver.
Where's he play at? High school?
He's a wide receiver, plays for Rice.
No, he's a wide receiver. He's in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. Brock Bowers. Todd's asking where Brock Bowers go. He's going to go top 10. I guarantee he's going to go top 10.
Probably go top 5.
Where? I don't know. Hey, man, it'd be so awesome if we don't get Harrison Jr., if we get a quarterback and somehow find a way to get back to the top 10 to get either Neighbors or Bowers. Bye, Logan. I love you, Logan. I'm your number one fan, but peace.
Yeah, both here.
Brock Bowers is like a baby Gronk. Like, he can kind of do it all. He can block, he can catch, he can run.
I keep picking up the tight end from Penn State every time I do a draft. Yeah. I get him in like the 5th round.
Yeah. This is my Ted Lasso Believe junk headband. Should probably reach out there and try to get a sponsorship. Working on it. Nobody else wears them, so I don't know if they'll give it to, but we'll see. All right, fellas. Do you have any shout outs? You sleep, Dev?
No, I was just looking down here and seeing the stats of this damn game.
Oh.
While you do that, shout out also, I'm just going to drop the name in case she's watching. Shout out to Adiana.
Adiana? All right, Adiana.
With the Commanders organization.
Okay. If you are watching, thank you. We appreciate you.
We talked about the podcast this week, so you're paying attention.
Nat Rivers, love, peace, and head grease. Thank you much, man. We appreciate it. Todd says, shout out to Jaden Daniels, the best quarterback in the draft. Yeah. Facebook user, I don't know if this is Greg again. Who is this? Joe Harris, Dallas Commanders or Washington Cowboys. You know, I had 2 names today. I said we will be the Command Boys. And then someone came back with, I think it was Yam, the Washington Cowmanders. So you can mash them up any way you want because you know Dan Quinn's going to pull people from the Cowboys. That's just how it works.
I mean, you got to think of it. That happened. I mean, when Norv Turner came here, we got a bunch of Dallas Cowboys that came to this team.
Cowmanders.
We were the Cowskins for a while. You know, we picked up several.
We were the Commanders for a while, and then we were Tampa North for a while. Remember that? We were the Buccaneerskins when Bruce and Jay brought other people. So
the Buckskins.
The Buckskins.
We were the cow, and like I said, we were the cow. We were the Cowskins in the '90s, and we got James Washington, Scott Galbraith, and John Giesick. I mean, I could name it. We had a bunch of Cowboys that came on this roster. So it's not new for a coach to bring people that they know that they can get.
That's right.
To kind of help implement their system.
Familiarity, man. It's all good. No wrong answer. So, all right, guys, we're gonna be out of here. We'll see what happens with the coordinator situation here coming the next couple of days, but we probably have enough information to do Monday. You know, even if we don't have enough content, I feel like you guys in the chat really, really keep us going. You give us that energy we need. So you always want to have something to talk about, right? For an hour and 30 minutes, but you guys tend to drive the best conversations, better than anything we can do on our own. So shout out to you guys. All right, we're going to get out of here. We'll be back. Thank you all for tuning in. That's it. As always, we love you guys. Peace and hail. We out.
Harvard.
Peace.